beautiful collectors and action figure fans, it's the one and only Optibotimus coming to you with another video review. And on today's episode, we're going to be taking a look at the new Transformers Power of the Primes Deluxe Class TERRORCON Blot. For the packaging, this is the front of the box. On the side here, you have a little bit smaller of an image of the Combiner Abominus, and then on the opposite side, actually molded into the clamshell, are different logos for the various Prime Masters. And this is the back of the box. Go ahead and pause it right now in case there's anything on the back here that you would like to read. But for the packaging on this guy, that's about it. So without further ado, let's get him out here and see how cool he actually is. And here we have him opened up out of his packaging and obviously in his thing mode. Who knows what he is. As always, these Power of the Prime figures come with a nice collector card. You got really cool art there. Come on the back for him, he's matched up with Liege Maximo, which makes it so that he can convince others that Vile Ooze is really rarefied energon. So, okay, get rid of that. Oh, well, it's just gonna sit there for a minute. But here he is. Again, whatever kind of beast he is, who knows? He's kind of a weird... I don't even know. I mean, he's got like these legs, he's got these claws. He is a heavy retool of Ripper Snapper, but still looks really good, I think. Now, his Prime Armor here, I just kind of plug it right there because you kind of can. There's no real place that you can store it here in his little beast mode, but he does have this. Now, one thing that kind of puts me off, I mean, this matches his color really nicely. You've got that dark purple and then the light purple. This is Ripper Snappers, which kind of matches, I'm going to bring him in, matches the blue arms. But if I'm going to be using these guys as arms, which I probably will because Ripper Snapper and Blot in the cartoons and even in the G1 toy, which is kind of rare in the fact that, you know, the toy matched up with the animation, but, you know, that's neither here nor there. I don't know how I feel about these being different colors. They are the exact same mold from what I can tell. Nothing is really different. Both of them have the little thingy that can come out. You can take a Prime Core thing, you can put that there. You can also take, well, shoot, I don't know what I did with Cup's head. Cup's head has vanished from my little table thing here, but both of them are the exact same. You can swap that out just like you could with everything else, but I kind of wish that they were the same color. I mean, they'll match and you'll see, I mean, it'll look pretty good still. I don't know. I guess I'd kind of like uniformity, especially since like the feet are going to be like this. So, and you know, it's whatever. So setting him back, but overall really very nice. Obviously his other weapon is this, which plugs in here, kind of similar to the G1 toy. Really nice color on them. Like I said, you got that dark purple, light purple, nice highlights throughout the rest of them. You got some nice silver, yellow, red. You do have that. I absolutely love it. It's a actual printed on sticker of sorts that kind of resembles the old rub signs there. You can see like the black outline around the Decepticon logo. That is absolutely terrific. I think that looks amazing. For his articulation, the head doesn't do anything. The shoulders are kind of weird. The instructions tell you to bring these down, but if you leave them up, you get a little bit better of a shoulder rotation. But when you bring it down, it puts that ball joint on an angle, so you can't really go forward. I mean, you kind of can, you just have to play with it. But like I said, the instructions tell you to bring it down, but you can just leave it there and, you know, who cares? I mean, that just gives you a little extra range of motion with it. It kind of rotates at the ball joint. The elbows are at ball joints, so you can move that all over the place. You got the little pincher that, I guess you could kind of say with that's part of the transformation. Kind of, sort of. The hips here are on, what are these? These are just swivel joints, and then they have hinges that are on soft ratchets moving in and out, and then the ankle, kind of as part of the transformation, can also pivot. So decent articulation in the Ugly Beast thingy mode, but for size comparison, here they are. They're the little beast. Hello, little beast man. Hello, little beast monster. How you guys doing, the beast? Now, get rid of him. But overall, decent looking. I don't have the G1 toy, as I talked about. I don't have, and I never had those Terrorcons in my collection, so no terrible loss for me, but you know, it is what it is. Now to go to his leg mode, as I said, I'm probably going to be using him as an arm because that's predominantly what he is. But the transformation is very similar to Ripper Snapper. We're going to come down here. We got little posts and peg holes right there. Do that on both sides of these. Then you kind of separate this. Bring this down. And then we're going to collapse these down and in. Bring that together. If I do it right, I will bring it together. If not, I'm sure somebody will tell me. What do I got? What's going on here? Push you in there. There we go. Just like that. All right. And then we'll just reattach these little bits. All right. Like so. Then take these arms. It tells you to rotate these around, and then you're going to have to hinge these up. So keep that there, and then hinge them up. And then you got that little tab right here that's going to slot on the inside of his like waist area, I guess. So again, kind of hinge that up, rotate that around. The instructions, I also think, tell you to rotate these around to put the fist out there, but I think that looks a little bit meh. So just leave the monster things out here. Detach this. You can play with his head. We're going into leg mode, so rotate that around like that, and then bring this up and on. Now, the part on this, actually, I mean, on the underside here are holes. You can see several different holes. When you're displaying them in limb mode, it wants you to use these top holes to peg in here, but I can't get mine, for the life of me, to peg down. It's kind of an annoyance, honestly, because they just sit there for the most part, but they don't fit down there. But you can just leave it there, I suppose. You can leave this here. You can leave his gun attached if you want to. You can leave that right there. You don't have to detach it. And then again, what's happening here? That's kind of fiddling around. Kind of just set it like that. Bringing in one of the legs or feet, put that in there, and there's a foot. Yeah, I don't know. I feel like that's not right. Maybe, I don't know. I feel like maybe it should be rotated. Maybe yeah, rotate that around. There we go. Yeah, you want to have that rotated because you want to have that towards the front. So again, bring all that again. You don't have to put this little weapon there, but like I said, I think the instructions kind of show you doing that. So there's his leg, I suppose. I'm still not a huge fan of the feet. I think those are a little bit tiny. I do like the ankle pivot that they have on there, but I think that the ankle is very big and it kind of sits down fairly low. Now bringing in the torso. Let's bring in hunger. I'm hungry. And yeah, and I'm gonna put this in here. I'll do a full-on video showing everything. But see, and then this does get a little bit tricky because you got this little hinge right here that kind of prevents the head from rotating around when you need it to. So kind of make sure that that stays out like that. There you go. Do it like that, I suppose. It probably makes it a little bit easier for the head to swivel around. So again, you just take this little dude and slot that in there like that, and then you have a leg for Abominus. Yeah, all right. Now let's check out his arm, because the arm, like I said, is predominantly what I'm going to be displaying him as. So you get rid of this, and really all you do is kind of open him back up, kind of pull that away, extend this back out, kind of like how you had him for the leg, or for the or what you will have them for robot mode. So go like that, collapse that. These little pieces are going to constantly detach, which is a bit of a pain in the buckus. Rotate that around, and you leave everything like this. Pretty much everything else stays like that. Kind of tab that in there. You have the arm. Again, personal preference wise, I think they want you to go like this for the arm. It doesn't really matter to me, although I like keeping it like this because you basically get a double jointed elbow, but I don't have this pushed in all the way, so stay there. So I'm going to go like that. I'm going to bring in his hand, kind of keep that like so, like that. Again, these don't stay in here very well. The friction is like non-existent in it, so it constantly keeps popping this out. So leave that there. Let's see, where's his little hand? Come on, there we go. Pull you out. You can do whatever you want with the second thumb, and then bring this up here and connect him for his arm. And I'm really loving the way Abominus is coming together. I think that the overall look of them is really cool. You can kind of keep that down like that, but I kind of like leaving it like this. Like I said, I like having the ability to almost have a double bend for the elbow, that being his hips and knees. So kind of like doing that, but there he is. Again, I'll show everything fully combined in a future video, so look forward to that. And then going to his robot mode, we're just going to take this off, split his legs. This will detach all of that and flop the gun. Bring that, rotate him here at the waist, bring this out, take this section here, rotate this around. I actually really like how they did this. The hand hides very well and it's a part of a claw, and then when you rotate this around, it fills in the rest of the claw, which I really dig how they did that. Rotate that around just like so. If the arms were down like this for anything, you would bring these up, and then this part here, you want to collapse this whole back section, and then you use those holes on the bottom section to come up here and then latch down. It's a little bit tricky to get it to line up. Always everything, I have to make everything difficult for me. Everything's got to be difficult. Bring that up. Let's see, come on. Where are we going? Come on. You fit in there. There we go. Push that down and kind of just fiddle with them, and when you're done, there you have Blot actually now in his pretty cool looking and very purple robot mode. Now coming in to take a closer look at the figure. Again, absolute gorgeous representation of Blot. This guy is updated from the original, looks amazing, and really is making me a fan, even though I never really was one of the Terrorcons. Taking a look at his face sculpt first off, you can see he's kind of got like this grumpy look to him, which looks great. Really big lips. Kind of reminds me of a Dick Tracy character, to be totally honest with you. Gorgeous, purple helmet, nice red eyes. Again, you see a lot of that real good color with the silver and the yellow. A little bit of red right there. You can see a Decepticon logo tampoed right on there. The rest looks absolutely terrific. I mean, the coloring on this is absolutely gorgeous. Really quite impressive. I mean, I know that I've criticized them for some stickers and things like that. I find it weird that like a lot of the Voyager figures come with stickers, but the Deluxes get the paint. I don't understand that really at all, but nice silver and blue. And I think that's the only blue that's on them. A little bit of breakup in the color, which again looks wonderful. Now for his prime core, you can open that little chest compartment. You can take this guy, fold that, and you can plug that in there and prime armor on, and you can do that, which that just looks silly. I don't know about all that. For a comparison, let me bring him down, come back a little bit. I'm not going to transform Hunger. I'm saving that for the full-on review. But here we have him next to Ripper Snapper. And what's interesting is they are, like I said, the same mold. Do I not have this right? because I feel like, oh no, I don't have that right. I feel like the height is a little bit strange. Let me, come on, get in there. Let me see, are they about the, yeah, they're about the same height. I just had the things messed up. But these guys look great together. Again, the coloring looks great. The aesthetic, the look, everything really does look good. And like I said, they are basically, you know, the same engineered type figures, but there is a lot that is molded differently in him. Like I said, he is a heavy retool, and you really can see it. There is not a lot that is the same between these two guys. It's extremely extensive, and I am impressed. For his articulation, the head is on a ball joint. You can rotate that around nicely. Ball joints here for the shoulder. I guess you could kind of say you got a, I broke my arm, man. It's dislocated. You can do that. All that kind of stuff. Ball joints here at the elbows. Waist does rotate fairly nicely as it can be, you know, an arm. So that's basically Abominus's elbow. The hips move in and out really nicely on ball joints. Rotates at the upper part of the thigh. Bends at the knee and nothing at the feet. Does kind of stink that you have this little piece right here, this little rounded section that plugs into. That kind of messes up his balance a little bit, because you got a flat surface here that he balances on, and this one is kind of like rounded, so it works a little bit better just keeping the legs. You can't really put them off on the side. I mean, it's not bad, but it does get a little bit wobbly with it, so just be careful. But overall, really a very nice figure. I really am impressed. I really think that they're doing an amazing job with these, and I can't wait to take a look at the other ones. Now, to go back into his beast mode, fairly simple. Again, we're going to just take these, dislocate them, rotate that down, rotate his fists around, like so. Just kind of put these arms and go, look at me, I'm a little crab. Yeah, you can lift this up. This whole thing hinges over, kind of push that all the way to make sure you clear the head and get it all the way over like that. And then you bring that down, kind of force that into place. Make sure that his head stays straight. As you can see, that the head actually kind of makes up the back of his little beast mode head. You can lift this up if you really wanted to. Yeah, obviously you can have him hold his guns. You could kind of see that. You can also put this right here, a la the original G1 toy. Do something like that. Bring these two legs together, push really hard. That'll lock that into place. Detach these, kind of swivel those around, and then bring this all the way up and back. That kind of separated that, so keep that together. And then you have little slots on the outer section of the back of his legs that's going to tab in up here. So bring that around, and you get this kind of out of the way, and you can kind of see where those little slots are right there, and just push that in there. Frictions in fairly decently. Do that on both sides pretty good, just like that, just like that. Rotate these legs down. You want to bring this all the way around till it stops. Do that on this side as well, and that's it. Transformation, very simple. When you're done, there you have Blot back in his beast thing mode. I really don't know what else I can keep saying. I'm really quite impressed with how these two TERRORCONs, well, three I should say, because I've taken a look at Hunger, and I really like Hunger as well. So far, 3 out of the 5 I've been absolutely blown away by. I've never been a big fan of the TERRORCONs, and these figures are making me really like the group. I just think that they're unique. They're obviously well done. The paint applications look good. Transformations are a little bit simple, but it doesn't bother me really all that much, because kind of goes along with all the other Scramble City type of combiner figures that we've gotten. So, you know, I'm kind of used to it at this point in time. So if you're a fan of the TERRORCONs, this is absolutely a must-have. Hasbro, in my opinion, is knocking it out of the park with these guys. So all that being said, if you'd like to pick him up or any of the other Power of the Prime figures, they are hitting various retail locations right now, so if you're looking for them, good luck and happy hunting. Or as always, there's Big Bad Toy Store. So all you have to do for that is click on that link down in the video description. You'll go to BBTS, where you can check out availability on this guy, as well as the rest of the wide range of Transformer Power of the Prime figures. But beyond that, guys, that's about it. Remember, if you like this video, I would really appreciate your support and letting me know by hitting that thumbs up button. It actually does go a long way towards helping me out, and I would really appreciate it. And every time that you hit that like button, one of your enemies is destroyed. Also, if you're new here, welcome. And before you go, make sure you subscribe in case you haven't already subscribed. That way you'll get instant email notifications whenever I upload a new video, and you'll never miss out on a future review of mine. Or hey, if you already subscribed, now more than ever it's important to make sure that you're getting those email notifications. We all know just how unreliable that YouTube subscription box is, and the best way to help support my channel and not miss any future reviews of mine is to click on that little bell right below this video and double check your settings to make sure that they're set so that you get those email notifications. And a very special thanks to you if you made it all the way to the end of this video. Another way that you can really help support my channel is making sure that you watch a video all the way through. And if you did that, thank you. And finally, remember, the real trouble with the world is too many people grow up. Thank you for watching and taking the time to be a kid.